Hello again, and welcome to yet another of my yapping sessions. You probably know how to read, so I believe that the title is making clear what the topic of this video is. Unless you're blind, then sorry dude. But this video is about me reviewing the latest and far from greatest episode of BFDIA, BFDIA 15. And look, I'm just gonna say straight up, this episode was not peak, okay? Like, it's fine, but I also don't like it for a lot of reasons. And I will explain those reasons in this video, and this time I don't have to cover two separate episodes, so I can spend as long as I want talking about this. And before I start, please remember to subscribe if you end up enjoying this video. My goal is to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year so I can turn my profile picture into this capybara. He looks really cute, doesn't he? And now that we hit 2k subs, we can actually do it if we try, so subscribe now. Okay, let's get to the review. Starting off, let's begin with a positive note. The animation on this episode is honestly really good. The entire episode is so consistent in its animation quality that it's very hard to tell when a different person animated a different scene. And I honestly love this because back when BFB post-split was still going on in 2020 and 2021, the episodes often had really inconsistent scene styles, and it's really cool how a team of over 50 people, I think, working in a singular show can keep the animation nice, fresh, and consistent for over 28 minutes. And not to mention that the post-split episodes really passed the 20-minute mark. And also, Michael's opening scene just felt a lot better for the episode, because at this point the entire team has gotten so good that it just blends in with the rest of it. Though it is kind of weird that in both of the episodes that Michael animated in, he did the very first scene of the episode. So, yeah. Okay, who here's willing to bet $100? But yeah, the animation is super clean this episode, and everyone involved in making it did a great job. Hope this trend continues on into further episodes. Now, another thing good about the episode is the goddamn voice acting. You hear it every single time from me, but I swear to God, the voice acting never, and I mean never, disappoints in any BFDI episode. Like, honestly, I'd probably die before I get to see a single BFDI episode that didn't have good voice acting. And it's impressive how Michael and Carrie have a really varied voice set for all of the BFDI characters. Still though, my voice on the best voice actor in the OST goes to Wabs, nothing tops him. And for the final thing good about this episode, it's its really good use of humor. Now, I get that BFDIA is the Jung Delphi season to not really take it that seriously, but to be a silly little show and to explain what happened between BFDIA 5e and IDFB. But yeah, no, this episode definitely is significantly more humor focused than any other BFDI episode so far. And I'm all for it, honestly. My favorite show before I got cancelled was Burger Brawl. Please watch my list video, we're super hot on it. And now it's Anime Battle, which are shows with plenty of humor, by the way. So yeah, I really like this episode being more humorous than the others, and I'll even show some of my favorite moments of the episode.
What about this one? Story does a gumdrop. And this one? Ew, must be expired. And this one? Yeah, we can steal from him.
Okay. Hey there, Fries, can I borrow your...
Forget that! We gotta ambush them!
The heart snatched the only shrink ray!
Looks like that hole was where your brain was. Earliest geniuses from the dawn of time. Oh, ew. I'm over 1 billion years old, and in my... You sure look like it. So get ready for a dose of my point! Not as good as my point. Remember what happened at the bunk bed last episode? Yay. Remember how that electricity made you feel? Bzz, bzz, buck. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Oh, all right, that's more like it. Is this the land we were worried about? That's it! Yeah, that is it.
The episode had a lot of funny moments, which even caused me to laugh at some of them. And I wish BFDIA could somewhat keep this use of humor in future episodes, because BFDIA isn't like T-Bot, and it's okay to be silly at times because the style of the writing this season so far encourages that, and I'm all for it. And now for the reasons why I don't really like this episode that much. I'll keep this short, but I really don't like how little happened this episode. Like, the Jung and Delphi team could have just made a community post saying who got eliminated and giving out the links to vote, and it probably wouldn't have changed a thing about BFDIA. To further prove this, let's play a game to review it. Name one important thing that happened this episode that will actually affect the prologue BFDIA. Go ahead, I'll give you some time. Thought of anything? The answer is most likely no. The episode stands at a seemingly impressive 20 minutes, and yet the only thing that happened this episode are the elimination, challenge, and the voting. Nothing revolving around any plot, no holes to patch up between BFDIA and IFB, nothing. And well, if you couldn't tell already, I'm not really a big fan of that. And I mean, I guess Fairy Jr. had some lines, but that's not even significant, like, what? And to further add on to this, the last 4 BFDIA episodes had some kind of importance to the season. One proof? BFDIA 11 was the episode where Pin's face got removed and started a new arc for the next few episodes, and not to even mention how much I profited off of that. BFDIA 12 had the Pin's consciousness scene, and Ruby gets, let's just say, kidnapped by her not-so-fellow peers. Which, okay, I guess that's not super important, but hey, this would also last a few episodes, so I guess it wasn't that useless of a thing to add. BFDIA 13 was the episode where we finally got to see the eliminated BFDIA characters explore Royal City and get some extra character development. And BFDIA 14 had Pin's face coming back and getting her well-deserved revenge on Freesmart. And what does BFDIA 15 add on to this trend? Nothing. While I do think I'm starting to sound a bit harsh here, it's just my opinion and we should all respect that, and of course yours as well. But still, it's clear to see that the writing wasn't great this episode. It just felt like everything that happened this episode just happened for the sake of happening. And the challenge wasn't great either. Sure, you can say that the challenges aren't that important, but in BFDIA 14, where we had the 5 different islands all themed upon the eliminated contestants, was a unique challenge which led to a unique and good execution. Whereas in BFDIA 15, what good is there to execute? It's hard to execute well such a simple challenge, which leads to a somewhat boring experience to watch. And yeah, sure, the jokes sprinkled around this episode do make it less boring, which is good, but still, no matter how much funny shit you pull off, the episode is still just a filler, or in other words, pointless. While animation, voice acting, and other key factors are a factor to make a good episode, if there isn't a good plot, then it becomes way harder to enjoy anything else. Heck, there isn't even a song! Like, that's the bare minimum, and yet no song was introduced. So yeah, if it wasn't made clear already, I'm not the biggest fan of BFDIA 15. I could have definitely seen it being better in a lot of ways. So, to conclude this video, I just want to say that I don't have anything against the Jack and Jellyfy team at all. I'm doing this to give a genuine, constructive criticism for the episode and how it could have been better. If you don't agree with my opinion, well then what you expect. Not everyone is going to think the same as you. And I'm not discouraging anyone to dislike this episode either. Please, just do what you want. There is good in this episode, but for me, it didn't outweigh the flaws. And if I sounded too harsh in any part of this video, I'm sorry. I'm not really used to reviewing bad episodes, but hey, you learn something new every day. And with all that said, that concludes this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.